Hello everyone, continuing with our lecture series on CAD/CAM. Today we will be taking another topic, that is geometric modeling and its types. So this is a topic of our unit 2. Till now in unit 2 we have studied various topics like geometrical transformations, various types of geometrical transformation, numericals based on geometrical transformation, then curves, different types of curves and properties of curves. So today we will be studying geometric modeling and its types. So let's start. The various contents that we will be studying today are: what is geometric modeling, various types of geometric modeling, that is wireframe modeling, surface modeling. Also in surface modeling we will be studying its entities and solid modeling. Also for all kinds of modeling, that is wireframe, surface and solid modelings, we will be studying the advantages and disadvantages. So let's begin. First of all, what is geometric modeling? It is an unambiguous, systematic and well defined representation of an object in 2D and 3D. Geometric modeling are of following three types. First is wireframe modeling or line modeling. By the name it is defining many things. So it describes an object using boundary lines. Next is surface modeling. What is surface modeling? It describes an object using boundary surfaces. And third is the solid modeling, or we can say volume modeling. It describes an object as a solid. So we will be studying all these three in details along with its advantages and disadvantages. So let me start first with wireframe modeling. Before that, we must understand why geometric modeling. This is very important. Why geometric modeling? Geometric, that is 3D models, are easy to interpret. So modeling is required to interpret the data and the concept behind. Second, simulation under real life conditions. Geometric modeling using computer aided technology, it helps in simulations. Third, it is less expensive than building a physical model. So since the simulation is very easy, also the interpretation of data is easy, so it is comparatively cost effective. Next, 3D models can be used to perform finite element analysis such as stress analysis, reflection analysis, thermal analysis, etc. Next, 3D models can be used directly in manufacturing computer numerical control, that is it is used in CNC. So this way it is very effective. Next is it can be used for presentations and marketing. As we can see any object in from all the angles and its simulation is easier, we can interpret the data. So these are very helpful in presentations and marketing, and there are many more such requirements of geometric modeling. So let's start with types of geometric modeling. First is wireframe modeling. First let's see some images. As you can see in this particular figure, figure 1, say figure 2 and figure 3, in all these three figures we can see that only the lines or wires are there to represent the model. So this kind of model is termed as wireframe model. Hope you can understand with the images shown. So how we define it? The first type, that is wireframe model. Wireframe model or line model can be defined as the CAD model consisting of line and curves in 2 dimension or 3 dimensions. It can be referred as a stick figure, very important. It can be referred as a stick figure or an edge representation. Wireframe model is the process of visual presentation of a 3-dimensional or physical object used in 3D computer graphics. It is an abstract edge or skeleton representation of a real world 3D object using lines and curves. So wireframe model or a line model or a stick figure model or an edge representation model, or we can say a skeleton representation model, this is one and the same thing that shows the line model of any 2D or 3D object, as you can see in this particular figure also. So in short, it is a geometric modeling that describes 3D geometry edges. Now, as I said, it consists of edges and vertex information. This is the elaborative explanation that I am providing related to wireframe modeling and all types of modeling. So you can take every point as an important point and you can note it down also, as this will help you to differentiate the 3 different types of modeling used in computer graphics. Complete model is constructed by line identity with well-defined connectivity relationships. That means in wireframe modeling, the basic entity is the line that describes the entire geometry. Also, therefore, line is the, as I just mentioned, very nice, line is the smallest entity in wireframe modeling. Very, very important this point, that line is the smallest entity in wireframe modeling. Now, advantages of wireframe modeling. Very fast I will be taking it. It is quick and efficiently convey information than multi-view drawings. Second, can be used for FEA, that is finite element analysis. Can be used as an input for CNC machines to generate simple parts. Very obvious. Contains most of the information needed to create surface, solid and higher order models. And what are the disadvantages of wireframe model? From the figure you can make it out that it is an ambiguous. Yes, very nice. This figure also represents the same, that you are unable to see what is the front face or what is the back face when only the edges are given in the form of a line for any 2D or a complicated 3D drawing. So there are certain disadvantages of wireframe modeling, that are wireframe modeling is not suitable for complex geometry as it becomes ambiguous. If complicated, it becomes overlapping and ambiguous. Hope you can imagine all these things. So why wireframe model has certain disadvantage? Because of its ambiguous nature. Unable to calculate volumetric and dynamic properties like mass and moment of inertia. Tends to be non-realistic, and it do not represent an actual solid, no surface and volume. So these are some of the advantages. Another is complex model difficult to interpret, as we have seen in the previous slides. So if the model is very complex, so it is very difficult to interpret its surfaces, and therefore it is very difficult to calculate its dynamic and other realistic properties. Next is surface modeling. A surface model represents the skin of an object. This skin has no thickness or material type. So it is different from the wireframe model. That wireframe model, it is in the form of a stick or a wires or a line, whereas in surface modeling it behaves like a skin of an object. These are some of the figures that I have shown to represent the surface modeling. A surface model is a set of faces. Very important and nice. Surface model is more sophisticated than wireframe model in that it defines not only the edges of a 3D object but also its surface. In general, a wireframe model can be extracted from a surface model by deleting or blanking all the surface entities. What are surface entities? We will be just studying. So from the figure we can see that this is a 3D solid model, which, or we can say this is a 3D representative model in which we have separated all the faces. So surface modeling is a widely used in CAD, that is computer aided design, for illustrations and architectural renderings. It is also used in 3D animations for games and other presentations. These are the advantages also, though we will be studying it separately. Next is surface modeling entities. I'll be showing you different surface modeling entities very fast before going through the advantages and disadvantages of surface modeling. From the entities you can very well then imagine the advantages as well as disadvantages of surface modeling. So we will be studying surface modeling entities contain several analytical as well as synthetic curves. So we will be taking the example very fast of the analytical as well as the synthetic curves, which are the entities of surface modeling. First, let's start with analytic entity. It includes plane surface, ruled surface, surface of revolution, and tabulated cylinder. I will be showing you all these four very fast. Then synthetic entities include HC spline curve surface, that is Hermite cubic spline surface, B spline surface, Bezier surface, and cone patches, and many other. So let's see all of these very fast. First is plane surface. As you can see, this is one of the analytic entity which includes say a single plane showing say two axes with the skin, and we can have multiple planes. From the figure we can make it very clear. So this is a multi planes. So this is one of the entity to construct a surface modeling. Another is ruled or lofted surface. This is a linear surface. It interpolates linearly between two boundary surfaces that defines two boundary curves that defines the surface. As it is very clear from this figure, it shows the lofted surface. Next is surface of revolution, very important and very effective while designing. This is an axis symmetric surface that can be modeled axis symmetric object. It is generated by rotating a planar wireframe entity in space around the axis of symmetry or certain angles. As you can see, this is a cone which is made by rotating this red color inclined line, which is having a radius 0 at the top and radius r at the bottom. That means it is inclined, and when it is rotated about certain axis, say shown by this vertical line, it forms a cone. Similarly, we can draw conical frustums, cylinders, and everything. So as you can see, this is a line of certain thickness which is at a distance r from the axis of rotation. When it is given a revolution, it forms a cylinder. And similarly other shapes also, say zone surface, prolate spheroid surface, oblate spheroid surface, and so on. So based on our imagination, we can have the surface entity as surface of revolution. Next is tabulated cylinder. This is a surface generated by translating a plane curve a certain distance along a specified direction, that is the axis of the cylinder. As you can see, suppose we have a elliptical curve, and if we tabulated, in the tabulated way means when we do the protrusion of any object. As you can imagine also, if this curve is been protruded to certain length, it will form this kind of shape. Similarly, when this curve is been protruded, it forms a surface. This kind of surfaces entity is known as tabulated cylinder entity. As from this freehand curve we have drawn this kind of surface. So these are all analytical entities. Next is synthetic entities. It includes Hermite cubic spline surface. What is Hermite cubic spline surface? It is a very effective smooth surface. It is a synthetic curve in a spline where each piece is a third degree polynomial specified in Hermite form. What is third degree polynomial? This we will be studying in the next lecture, but for now we can understand that Hermite cubic spline surface is one of the synthetic entity of surface modeling. So this kind of smooth 3 degree polynomial curves are formed using the synthetic entity known as Hermite cubic spline surface. Next is B-spline surface. This is a surface that can approximate or interpolate the given input data. It is also a synthetic surface. It is a general surface like the Bezier surface, but with the advantage of permitting local control over the surface. This is the biggest advantage of B-spline surface, that it has a local control of the coordinates and the surface, which is not in Bezier. And B-spline surface, Bezier surface, all the synthetic and polynomial surfaces we will be studying in details in the upcoming lectures also. So this is one of the entity. Next is as you can see from this figure, we have certain control points shown by these green lines. So this can control the curve which is forming the surface modeling. Next is Bezier surface. This is a surface that approximates given input data. It is different from the previous surface is that it is a synthetic surface. Another is it is similar to the B-spline curve. It does not pass through all the data points. It is a general surface that permits twist and kinks. This is an additional information. The difference is the Bezier surface allow only global control of the surface. Another very important difference is that it passes through the endpoints. If suppose we have 4 control points, P0, P1, P2, P3, so Bezier surface pass through the end control points. Last is that we can have different kinds of entities such as cone patches, fillet surface, offset surface, etc. Let me show you some figure also related to these things. So we can have cone patches, we can have fillet surfaces, we can have say offset also. So these are the synthetic entities of surface modeling. Now very fast, coming to advantages of surface modeling. To certain extent it eliminates ambiguity and non-uniqueness present in wireframe model by hiding lines not seen. To shape design and representation of complicated objects such as car shapes and aeroplane bodies as well as castings, very important. Next is renders the model for better visualization and presentation. Objects appears more realistic. As suppose we have a square cuboid 6 faces box. So if we color or visualize all the 6 faces in different colors with different edges, so that way if we render the model, it looks more realistic. This is one of the advantage of surface modeling over wireframe modeling. It provides the surface geometry for CNC machining and provides the geometry needed for mold and die design. There are several different advantages in the same way and can be used to design and analyze complex free formed surface like car bodies, as the example we have seen in the entities of synthetic modeling. Surface properties such as roughness, color and reflectivity can be assigned and demonstrated. So these are certain advantages. Disadvantages include surface model provide no information about the inside of an object. That means it does not provide volumetric properties, cannot be used to calculate dynamic properties, very obvious. It doesn't specify the topology of the object. It is very important that it does not specify the topology of an object and it is still ambiguous. Last is the solid modeling. So we have studied wireframe modeling, we have studied surface modeling. So finally let's start with solid modeling. In a solid modeling, the solid defines include vertices, nodes, edges, surfaces, weight and volume. That is, it is a three-dimensional solid definition of a model, so it covers almost everything related to the realistic object. The model is a complete and unambiguous representation of precisely enclosed and filled volume. That is, the model is a complete and unambiguous representation of a precisely enclosed and filled volume. Very, very important. There are various ways of constructing solid models. We will not take every, but I'll be just naming it one by one. There are several methods of constructing solid models, such as CSG, that is constructive solid geometry model, or CAD packages, Unigraphics, AutoCADs, 3D modelers, BR, that is BRIP, boundary representation, mostly used in finite element programs. This is one, finite element programs. This is number 4. Parametric modeling, CAD packages, SolidWorks, Pro Engineering, etc. So what are the advantages of solid modeling? Till now we can now define it ourselves also. What are the advantages of solid modeling? It has all the advantages of surface model, such as uniqueness, non-ambiguous, realistic, surface profile, plus the advantage is it has the volumetric information as well. It allows the designer to create multiple options for a design. 2D standard drawings, assembly drawings, and exploded views are generated from the 3D model. This is very important, and the biggest advantage of solid models can easily be exported to different FEM programs for analysis. This we have seen while working on different softwares, that any solid modeling can be exported to different FEM programs. Very, very important, mass and volumetric properties of an object can be easily obtained, as it is a solid modeling. So a volumetric properties can also be easily determined and interpreted. Total mass, mass center, area and mass moment of inertia, volume, radius of gyration can be easily calculated and interpreted. What are the disadvantages of solid modeling? More intensive computation than wireframe and surface modeling, as it covers various big properties like volumetric properties and other. So while computation, it becomes a bit heavy. It requires more powerful computers and faster with more memory and good graphics, etc. So these are some of the advantages and disadvantages of the solid modelings. Hope you like it. We have done with the different types of modeling and their advantages and disadvantages. So we are done with the introduction to geometrical modeling and its type. Thank you so much.